Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review, coming at you tonight with another beer from Revolution Brewing out of Chicago, Illinois. They call it a rye ale. I think Untappd calls it a rye wine, kind of like a barley wine, or a lager wine, or a wheat wine. In that family of beer, I don't know. What I do know is 15% alcohol by volume, a rye ale aged in rye bourbon barrels. Holy crap. We've got the Revolution Brewing Ryeway to Heaven. And let's get the full can art going on over there. See that? Yeah, really don't know what it is, but don't know what to expect, so see what happens. I previously reviewed the Death's Tar Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout, which was amazing, so I know Revolution knows how to bring their bourbon barrel aged beers. So whatever it is, see what we got. And again, I'm not sure if it's in the same family as like a wheat wine or a lager wine, but my exposure to like wheat wines, I'll use for an example, is pretty limited, but I remember loving wheat wines. Massachusetts' own Jack's Abbey, they used to do a wheat wine that was really good. Who else has done one on a bigger scale? I think Founders, when they used to do their backstage series, what was it? Was it Sweet Repute? Was there wheat wine? It could have been. I don't know. I think so, yeah. Regardless, so the appearance on the Ryeway to Heaven, coming in, kind of a dirty, muddy brown, mahogany kind of color, but yeah. Murky, dirty, opaque, almost like swampy in a way. Got 2 fingers of off-white head, bordering on kind of tinges of yellow. Looks interesting. I don't know. This could go a couple of ways, but let's get an aroma on the Ryeway to Heaven. Oh, whoa, baby. Strong. Getting big caramel notes, like toasted burnt caramel. Yeah, that rye. Very rye and spicy on the nose. Wow. What am I getting? What are you? Definitely getting big dark fruits on here. A lot of big raisin juice here. So, bourbon is there. It's not the most overpowering thing. It's the rye and the spices, and that those dark fruits are overpowering everything else in a very good way, though. Yeah, it's almost quad-like in its dark fruit presence, but without the maltiness of a quad. Yeah, grapes, raisins, figs. It's very strong on the nose. Let's see what we got in the taste. I don't know what to expect again, so let's get a taste on the Ryeway to Heaven. Cheers. Very interesting beer. I'm going to get that out of the way right now. It's, again, not, whatever style it is, I'm not really used to it. So when you have something you're not really used to, you're kind of, I don't know, at a loss for words, I guess, maybe the best way to say it. I got to take it all in. It's very, I'll comment on the body when I get to it, but yeah, so got a noticeable, like, it's a fruit basket of flavors. Cherries, grapes, figs, raisins, those dark fruits. But like that cherry note was very unexpected. I didn't get any of that on the nose, but it led the way. It led the charge down the palate. That's what it is. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting big, like, American barley wine notes. Like, it's a big iced tea kind of flavor, and even a little hoppy as well. So I think that's what's kind of throwing me off. I was not expecting that. But at the same time, as I alluded to on the nose, it's got like a burnt sugar, caramel sweetness to it. Bourbon, again, if you've seen the Death's Tar review, that was a big bourbon barrel aged stout, also close to 15% or even more. The bourbon was huge there. The bourbon here is not as big. It's subtle, but it is very smooth, and it's lending a lot of sweetness to it, mixing with those caramel notes and really complementing kind of the cherry notes, which I usually get with big Russian imperial stouts. So, like, it's kind of reminding me of that Death Star in the sense that I'm getting cherry from this one. That had a lot of cherry notes to it. But yeah, that is very unique. Also in there is a alcohol flavor to it, but again, like I've said in a lot of my reviews with these really big beers, alcohol helps to cut into the sweetness and helps with the drinkability, so it's very welcome here. Someone's smoke alarm is going off next door. Sorry, that's distracting. But yeah, like I said, I've had what was it, wheat wines. It's giving me those wheat wine vibes because what I remember from wheat wines was that big caramel flavor, and that's what I'm getting here. And it does have, you know, red wine vinous notes comparable to those cherries and dark fruits. Yeah, if you just took an American barley wine and just added caramel sweetness and dark fruits to it, that's what I'm getting here. So, very long rant, but again, it's not something I'm very accustomed to. So, I'm trying to figure out the flavors as I go. I mean, just, you know, skip all this shit and go to the end if you want the rating. Sorry, I'm ranting horribly on this one. But I said it before. The first sip, the mouthfeel is very thick and luscious. It's like an imperial stout. Kind of bordering on syrupy, I will say, but not too bad. And I really do think those alcohol flavors are pushing everything along. And the warming feels very nice. Not burning, but nice warming. It's a sipper. It's a huge 15%. Huge sipper for sure. So, as for a final score, final rating, final verdict on the Revolution Brewing Ryeway to Heaven, 15% rye ale aged in bourbon barrels. Unique experience, to say the least, absolutely. 12-ounce can, that's all you need. It's a big mother fudger of a beer. American barley wine with a thick, almost syrupy feel. The bourbon, subtle, but it accents everything, adds a lot of sweetness to it, and again, the alcohol cuts into all that sweetness, a little bit of warming. Yeah, very good and unique. Definitely absolutely worth trying. But yeah, I'll go. Yeah, so much iced tea on this one. Yeah, 8.9 out of 10. It's impressive. It's a sipper. Very flavorful. Complex. Pretty almost unlike anything I've ever had, except for the fact that it does have a lot in common with those wheat wine experiences I've had before. But yeah. I'm not speechless, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, 8.9 out of 10 for the Revolution Brewing Ryeway to Heaven. Very cool. That's going to do it for me. Through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.